In section 4.5, we're going to be talking about special applications of percents. A quick method for calculating a percentage is to change the percentage to a decimal and multiply by the base. So for example, find 20% of 640, change 20% to a decimal by dividing 20 by 100 equals 0.20, and next, multiply the base by the decimal. So 640 times 0.20 equals 128. Sales tax is an amount calculated from the actual list price of a purchase. The sales tax is then added to the list price to get the total cost of the purchase. Using a proportion equation, we can write the formula for sales tax and total cost. Sales tax divided by list price equals tax rate over 100. You'll notice that that's in the same format of the percent equation that we've been using. Notice that it's just a special application of the proportion. Sales tax is P, or the part. List price is B, the whole or base, and tax rate is the percent. So total cost equals sales tax plus list price. Interest is the amount you pay to use someone else's money. Principal is the amount lent or borrowed. Simple interest can be calculated using the following formula. Annual interest divided by principal equals annual interest rate divided by 100. The total interest equals the annual interest rate times the time in years. Here's an application. Suppose you have $5,000 in a long-term CD earning 1.25% interest annually in your local bank. How much interest do you receive in a year? And how much interest do you receive in 9 months? So work that on your own, and then we'll discuss the solution. Substituting into the simple interest formula to calculate the annual interest is what you are solving for. Principal is $5,000. Annual interest rate is 1.25%. So putting it into this equation, we're solving for annual interest divided by 5,000 equals 1.25 divided by 100. And solving for annual interest, we get $62.50. What we really want to know is the total interest. So in the first situation, it's in 1 year. So the total interest equals $62.50 annually times 1 year, which equals $62.50. The second situation was 9 months. 9 months is less than a year. So we need to figure out what part of a year 9 months is. So we divide 9 over 12, or 0.75 of 1 year. So when we multiply the annual interest, we multiply it by 0.75. So the total interest equals $62.50 times 0.75, which equals $46.88. It's often necessary in technical fields to calculate a percent increase or a percent decrease, and we use the following formula to do that. The amount of increase or decrease over the original value equals the percent of increase or decrease divided by 100. So as an example, normal line voltage is 115 volts. It drops 3.5% during a system malfunction. What is the reduced voltage? So we're looking for the amount of decrease from the original value of 115 volts. Substituting into the formula, the amount of the decrease, which is our unknown, divided by the original amount, 115 volts, equals 3.5%, which is the drop, over 100. So solving for the amount of decrease, 110.975 volts, or 111 volts rounded up. There are a couple more special applications of percents that are useful to know. Efficiency. The efficiency of a process is a fraction comparing the energy or power output to the energy or power input. It is usually expressed as a percent, and the following formula is used to calculate the efficiency. Output over input equals efficiency over 100. The other special application is tolerances. On technical drawings or other specs, measurements are often given with a tolerance showing how much error is allowed in the measurement. That formula is tolerance divided by measurement equals percent tolerance divided by 100.